All right, Kane. We are back. Food's ready, and I'm pigging out. We're going to go and start. Yeah. We're going to jump into here. Let's get started. We're going to go into the healer. We got a small queue, not a big one. Made a burger in the air fryer. Not bad. All right. Good. All right. So right now we're working on our main quest line, what little gods are made of. And we need to get to the back in here. All right. Some cheese puffs to eat with my burger. Worst thing to eat when you're using a mouse and keyboard, right? I got plenty of napkins, so I'm good. I forgot. Oh, here's my water. Like I forgot my water, but no, I didn't. Okay. Let's go see what Memphilius got to say. Oh, good. From Lord Ramu. A little while ago, before the stream, I was playing on the Switch too. You know, testing out the update because I hadn't played since the last patch came out, and still was running fine for me. So it ran really good, and I did the hard dungeon for Lord Ramu. So real good. All right. Is everyone ready?
Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus.
Elidibus.
Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief, in the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him,
Hey AJ, what's up?
the etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration,
Welcome in,
have
sir.
proven most enlightening.
How you doing? Maybe I'll toast the bread next time.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Oh, that's cool. Like I said before, I did that once on my main character. Not ever doing it again.
'Tis as the heavens did decree. The way
Definitely
of
a
all
chore.
mortal souls.
Big chore.
Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
If you need help with anything other than that Yokai Watch stuff, just message me or here on the channel and I'll be glad to help you with anything. I'm just doing MSQ right now. Trying to get it caught up.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
That's cool. Crafting's cool. If you're into that sort of thing, I am not.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
Dang.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth a distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
Not the point of the MMO is to do quests. Dungeons. My armor comes from dungeons.
I am sorry, my friend.
I do not know if it's any better or about the same if you make it. So When you get dungeons, you get. I'll show you when I'm done with this cutscene.
The weary
But-
road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
I've got all my level 50 gear for my class, so
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
Oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
I like raids too. Raids are fun.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Dungeons are always the way I've gotten gear and raids. I haven't got any raids yet. Soon. Lord Levin is returned to the Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquaintance was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Oral, and Levin all have now been humbled by the bringer of light. Me. I think it's going to sell well. People that can get it on Switch too. Considering it's the best portable version so far. Even on the Steam Deck, it runs like crap. We'll see. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times has the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Excuse me. Yet even as it enervates, the Adore empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted to forge the final key. And that is a task to which we bend our very effort. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken any Orcia's fertile soil. We need only lead man to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. No, that's creepy. Not creepy or anything. Right. Guardian of Eorzea. Now that the matter of Rau has, for the present, been put to rest, there is something I would show you. This is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the sign's tireless source to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Gerudo, Good King Moogle, the 12, Leviathan, and now Ramu. Needless to say, there is only one among member to have faced them all. Me. Though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of our duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. Teeth on my teeth. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in the realm until such time as they are forced to stop. But even without their encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals too return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. Sniff. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause is in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. On the sylphs of Little Solace, wish not of conflict. Of Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. Then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming, Attendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Alphanode, I take it the troubles of Uthar no longer require your attention. There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such should I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message for you from Ellie. You recall the refugee girl, the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Why, Alpha Note, I am to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name. I look forward to reading all about it in your report. I do hope you left out nothing out. You have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Might I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take the opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town. Which reminds me, one of Doman's children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozan was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit? I suppose so. All right. Let's move on. The other quest I have, Legacy of Alec, is the Crystal Tower quest, which we will do too. There's Suzanne. Okay. Let's see what the little man wants. Look, it's Mr. Psycho. He's back from his adventures. We heard you are all fighting primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventurers Guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, you think you could train us today, Mr. Psycho? Like I'm talking in the third person when I read it. Maybe you could show us how to fight the primals. What's all this commotion then? Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltenant? Did you know that Mr. Psycho is back? Hey, Christy. What's up, my girl? How are you? Hold a second, let me mute this. Nice to see you. Why is it spamming? What? Are you being an idiot? I'm gonna time out Mr. Nightbot here. Yes, I am replaying. I was playing with some friends. We also got the Switch 2 edition. So we restarted playing on that to try it out. And not bad. Runs really well. So I'm just kind of refreshing myself on healer class since I've been away for so long. So here I am. How have you been? I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We are adventurers. We were just asking Mr. Psycho if he could give us some special training. Think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside him, don't you? Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordoa are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I have a counter proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Psycho? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Ore, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Ha ha ha. Well, perhaps I am. But what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What do you say? Would you consent to spar with me? Sure. I love to whoop your butt. Hooray, we have a tournament. Come on everyone, we must prepare our gear for an outing. Okay. I love my sandwich. Wait, I'm not a Lala? No, not on this one, I'm not. I just saw that part. That's funny. No, not a Lala. No, I still have my Lala. They're my heart, you know? Do not try to disappoint them, huh? Have faith. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. Fields of the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. All right. God. They're just so cute. All right. Here we go. Where we head? Nope, we're going the wrong way. Here we go. All right. It was good of you to agree to this. I must trust you are ready to begin. Of course, I'm ready. All right. Gonna proceed. Level 50. All right. Very well. Let us not keep the youngsters waiting. Ahem. Are you certain you wish to fight him alone? That is a psycho you face. What better way to test my mettle? Pray allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Slimes to begin with. Without him to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. Okay. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Here come the scions. Ida, what? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Psycho's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. While my own popularity seems but a sickly shade in comparison, you'd best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. You can win, Master Boulder. We shall soon see. On your guard. Like this is any contest. Mostly just kind of stand here and not take damage. Ugh, such power. It's not over yet. Hey, the children have the right of it. You join on too, Mr. Mage. And you're next, I guess. Do. Oh no, he looks hurt. Mr. Psycho is so strong, but you can't give up. Can't disappoint the younglings. Yeah, okay. You know, you're gonna get whooped. And he's down for the count. You have bested me. I yield. Yay, that was incredible. You beat them both at the same time. That was incredible. You knew you couldn't lose. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Now I'll see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much work to do if I'm ever to attempt the same. Was there any doubt, really? Impressive as always. It is ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. Judging by the smiles of these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is most fitting title. Do you recall when first we met? It was at the memorial service for the Battle of Cardno. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I sought to grasp the reason why Grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abound, and yet the effort I saw extended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I would not have been surprised if some had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce. Legidius' single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue Grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. Threats were too many, their nations too self-involved and unstable. You who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. It was you who taught me, through countless acts of bravery, what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was the people. These wonderful, oofed, infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow, only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe Grandfather's admiration for this indistinguishable courage grew into a feverish wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. That wish has... A wish that has now become my own. Can't even read today again. I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the science of the seventh dawn alone. No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new expanded organization that operates beyond limitations of nations and borders. If you would aid me in building such an organization, then pray let us continue this discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Very well, my friend. Whew. Okay. Alright. Back to the Rising Stones. Beep, beep, beep. That's another quest we're gonna do. Beep, beep. Christy, you got quiet over there. Did you leave? Thank you for coming. The world shifts and alerts, and we are, my friend, must ever be in one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. And I really don't need any of this stuff. But, fine. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the 7th astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Yet, while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become a source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards ununification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be of a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. It is my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage features of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the Ascendant. Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. As you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what even we can achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing our formidable talents. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Do I have a choice? Thank you. It is reassuring indeed to know that the bringer of light and his discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first divination will be Lisa Lemensa. Let us revendivis at Bulwark Hall. All right. All right. So I really don't need to exit if I'm gonna go to the Burke Hall. Let's just go here. Get her done, shall we? Right. Ba-da-dum. Ah, there you are. I'm ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Lofishin. While the Admiral and I are finalizing primarily boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I, of course, endeavor to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for the potential members, it is of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only if they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. You needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter. We might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Alright. Upper decks, huh? Alright. We need to go to upper decks. I have no idea what you said, Alexa. You said something. Let's see. Upper decks. Start. We start here. Grab these. They're the furthest. Alright. Here we go. Who in the bloody hells do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sodden knight in simmering plate. If you're looking for self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Calaverian's door. Well, that's rude. On the right person. A precursor to the United Origin Grand Company. I do admire the scope of your ambition. My responsibilities here at Lickwick, I don't know. Keeps me close to the forge. I have not the time to be tramping hither and yon across the realm. If you require my skills as an armorer, however, I may be willing to accept some special accommodations. Right. Okay. Back up. Yeah, we're gonna go around. Up and down. Yeah. Long way. Run as fast as I can. Oh. Pull up and Sacco. Don't forget adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember Orel, don't you? Fortunately, the Grand Company of Heroes. Three whistles at Bronze Lake. It ain't often I drag me arse out of Elisma for a drink, but I'm right glad I did. How far are you these days? You're looking to put together a new crew? Top tier work? Sounds like a right lark it doesn't. Alrighty, lad, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, But I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Alrighty. Two more. Let's see. Oops. Oops. Can't go through a giant wall. Bum. Alright, so we'll go here and then we'll go up. Dancing Luigi here. Nope. Or Waluigi, excuse me. Alright, so the Marauders Guild. I don't know why we're asking the leader of the guild to Master Alpha's new organization. Yes, I heard the formation of his trying company was in the offing. It is with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Lizma Lamensa, can I ever say it right, must needs receive my full attention. Okay. Goodbye. And we got one more. Guy over here, I think. Yep. An organization with the freedom to operate with tutorial impunity. I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens well know that there is a time to act and a time to watch. I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Alright. Alright, let's just go back here. Get to the airship. Airship. There we go. Here's Alpha now. Your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal received by the rough and ready folk of Lizma Lamensa. A member of the legendary group of heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. You could boast the acquaintance of such an elusive character. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nopika's Alta. I think it's cheaper if you porting. I don't need to see the cutscene. Just get me there, please. Right. Where am I going? I don't know. We need to go to Alright. My audience with the Elder Seer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more ask the task covered group. Alright. Blah blah blah. Doing the same thing I just did. Alright. Let's see. Get over here to the amphitheater. Go up here and then up here. Okay. let's hit the amphitheater. Alright, and they're right ahead. Okay. Oh, look who it is. Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release is be yours? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Lorna Titus. Lauren Titus? Titus? In whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler and a regular patron at the Archons. Yes, I remember you. Well, of course you do. I was beginning to wonder if Guile had changed me more than I realized. Now that I have my particular wish to be not recognized after my shameful conduct. The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. What do you, adventurer? The business brings you to this part of Gradania. Can I recruit you? Do you want to join? Alright, I should leave at once. Okay, so he's gonna join. Alright, then we're gonna go this way. Run! I have enough things to trade or not. Let me see. Others. I don't want any minions. I think that it does that. I think. Oh, that's it. I have enough now. There we go. I have that though. Alright. I got enough finally. Okay, nothing, sorry. There. Now the Deathclaw mount. Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let's return to the guild and rest your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry. We were just... Oh, it's you, isn't it? It's been some time since our paths crossed. Copperbell Mines. Well, you were barely more than a novice adventure then, but look how far you've come. Mother Manon tells me it was you who felled the fearsome Black Wolf. Now you seek stout-hearty souls to fill the ranks of a new order? Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much more relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire venturing career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've been Isildur safely home. Okay. Alright, next one is... That's the old man, I think. Could be wrong. He's too old. You would offer this old man a place in your company of champions? I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young master, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Okay. And the last one is the Lancers Guild. Hey, steak. Cutscene. Not yet. I is recruiting people for my cause. Often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited. And this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation till such time as your organization is more organized. Alrighty then. What are you up to this evening, Steak? Alright, what news? For my part, the Elder Seer was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer. Our company will not lack for variety. That much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike to Ul'dah? Whilst the iron is hot. Let's meet the royal promenade and endeavor to include our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. Alright, Ul'dah, here we come. All right. This is where I'm going. Yep. Whew, there's been a lot of back and forth. Not much action yet. Ul'dah, the gated city, where one's fortune defines one's worth. Hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous two. Might I suggest ascending the lower level before beginning our recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take kind to us poaching from her personal guard. Let's meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Yeah. Ordering food. What you gonna have, Steak? I made a burger with the air fryer and some cheese puffs. That was my dinner. All right, let's see. Gladiator, Miners Guild, Weavers Guild. Gladiators first, shall we? There's Willard over there. Willred, not Willard. Wait, you're the man who came to Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you hadn't? I'd probably be dead. And a whole lot more of my friends besides. We were such fools. Any road, this disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. Realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions, and you say it will take me to all corners of the realm? That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil and now know it's out there. Okay, well, good for you. Healing pizza and topper sticks? What are topper sticks? Is that like breadsticks? Okay, we'll go to the Miners Guild. This sound kind of good though. I had pizza, was it yesterday or day before? Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Arsene of the Church of Saint Adama Ladama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying upon dry bones less fortunate. Most upsetting business. Are you here with your champion? Thancred, wasn't it? Yep, cheesy breadsticks. That sounds so good. Garlic cheesy breadsticks. That's even better. Tis new champions you seek then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good. My place is at the church with the children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Okay. Oops. Next one is Weaver's Guild. So we don't really need to warp there. I'm sorry, you wish to recruit me? Is this some new fashion manner of propositioning a lady? No, I'm afraid you are wasting your time. This lady already spoken for. Good day to you, sir. Rude. But whatever. Alright, next one. Sapphire Exchange. Just hit the Sapphire Exchange. Now he's saying no. Company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. Alrighty then. And the last one is up here and around the corner. Call him Landebert. Ah, you're surprised when rumors drift down the Pearl Lane. I know of your glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for just a cause, then you are a bigger fool than I took you for. Okay. Alright. Back to the chamber of room. You can't go wrong with garlic, man. Garlic breadsticks. Oh my gosh. I used to get Pizza Hut pizza, and they used to have different I don't know what you call it. Stuff you could put on the crust, like garlic butter and whatever. They stopped doing that, I guess. I was saddened when I got pizza last time. I couldn't have garlic butter on my crust. How far do you, Psycho? What hidden gems do the streets will offer up to you unresently gaze? I think I only got one. Only a single element youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of yours, just salvation, must seem keen to grasping at clouds. But these are those who have risen to the challenge. Nonetheless, in the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part of the victories you yourself have won. Thank you. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of the new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt in mind, the Sultana also graced my trial company with her blessing. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There's not to prevent me from taking the next step. You are concerned by the syndicate's involvement, as was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outsider sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers could not sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things still plague us until the company has had a choice to prove itself. It will not be an easy process, but I will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for United Eorzea. All right. Cutscene steak. Just for you. I don't know if it's much of one, but I don't remember. It's the Sultana.
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace. His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve. With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them. As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the Warrior of Light would betray our cause.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'dah law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
I wasn't skipping cutscenes. I was just skipping like text that had no voice in them. It was just text stuff. So kind of a cutscene, but kind of not. I consider this a cutscene because there's voice in the cutscene.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing? Then what good our government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
Oh.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Okay. Now we can go back to Rising Stones. All right. I'm gonna turn this part in, and then we'll do our dailies real quick. It's just been going here and there, talking to this person, talking to that person, back and forth. You have to move the story along to get more stuff unlocked. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of our effort is at hand. I must see the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services. I am certain the attendant will be relieved to see you free from our duties. Alright. See what Menphilia wants. Greetings. Alphino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. Zan shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alphino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Revenant's Toll of late. I wonder if Sloughbone might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there's aught he requires? Alright. So we are here. Our gear is fine. Let's start with our dailies. We can do really the only two things we can do because I'm trying to get more Elegant Stones of Poetics. We only have 367, so we need to go ahead and try to max it out. Let's do the main scenario. Whichever one that might be, I don't know. Hopefully, being a healer usually doesn't take very long. I don't really need any more of those Poetics because I have got all the augmented Ironworks gear for my healer. So, but there'll be plenty in there when we get to the next tier of gear. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right. What can I do for you? I thought you'd have been your hands full helping out with the new arm of the Scions. Ha! I barely noticed your recruits arrive. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. While I appreciate your offer to aid, 'tis more your burden than concerns me. I'm told the trial company will answer directly to the Ascendant. Whatever. So I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Sloughbone, the shipment, we couldn't. Gods, woman, what befell? We were bringing the shipment to Revenant's Toll. Provisions embarked for the frontier evert. But just as we sought to cross over the Mordona, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning the supplies. Please forgive us. Pray forgive us. There's naught to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest, and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? I wonder what I'm going to do. If Heretics are involved, then this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery. Ishgard will need to be informed. Whence did these supplies originate? House Fornumps. We collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Understood. I shall see if they are appraised of this development. Were you not on good terms with the Knights of the House of Fornumps? I will be sending them a missive immediately, of course. But I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes, I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. Count on me, sir. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Hossafont will be glad of your assistance. Okay. So we are number 2 in the queue. However long that takes. We can go ahead and go to Dragonhead. We'll just continue this quest line until it pops. Usually it pops much faster. I is shocked. Well, if it isn't my friend. Would you care for a plate of roast charcoal? Some mulled wine? No? So you have no come to my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was in fact on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Riven's Toll, and I suspect the timing of arrival is no coincidence. Y'all think? I am number 1 in the queue now. Alright, when the cold sets in. There's really nothing for me here, but except money. No voice cutscene, I'm sure. Oh, it is voiced.
No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest. Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurthus soil. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies.
Or Tom.
Or her debts.
I have a feeling that instance is gonna pop while I'm in the cutscene.
It was in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman, we have yet to learn so much as her birth name. What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly
there it is.
rather than kill her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what
We'll have to start over.
might achieve.
We'll have to do the cutscene over. Alright, let's jump into our first dungeon of the night.
Bear witness to the true power of the Ultimo weapon.
Sorry, just had to do that. I've already done this, so need to juice up. Alright. Dot the boss. And then we're gonna heal everybody up. Double heal. There we go. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I've been encased in earth. Bum, 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 bum. Give the healer or the tank. Heals up here. Well, he's got that up. You can't damage him. Can dance. Got him back up. Heal the tank up. Give him a little regen. Keep his health up. Alright. I'm gonna do a big heal again. Gotta move in here. The middle. Give the heal. Tank a heal. A little extra spice there. Continue to hit the boss. Keep hitting him. Not more made of you, but ash. How are you doing this? Alright, another cutscene for you, Steak.
But the Ultima weapon is all-powerful. Why does my enemy still stand? Can his strength truly be so great?
It is the blessing of light that confounds you.
This particular cutscene you cannot skip. Watch. See, this scene cannot be skipped.
Your foe acts under the protection of the crystal he bears.
Alright.
So, this is what
Grab some jelly bellies.
Beyond mortal.
Kind of want ice cream, but
If you
I
are
have to get it
prevail,
and get it.
the hammer of darkness must needs be brought to
I'll just eat
bear
jelly
on the
bellies.
shield of light. And so it shall, for the Ultima weapon is host to a power of which you are as yet ignorant.
Speak plainly, Ascian.
The heart of Sabik. It is the weapon's core, an enigma whose surface even the vaunted scholars of ancient Alec failed to scratch. The magic within has lain dormant for eons.
Of what magic do you speak?
A spell without
I'm watching YouTube stream over here and it's way behind.
I sought the life force of the primals. for
Twitch
no
channel
other
is
reason but to
further than caught up.
For the true power of the Ultima weapon lies within its now beating heart.
La Brea.
La Brea, what have you done?
No more than was necessary for my god to be reborn.
Damn you, Ascian.
Mm-hmm.
The hour is at hand. Behold but a sliver of my god's power. From the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, the world shall tremble. Unleash Ultima!
Destructive. That itch. Okay. Always a laugh.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Oh, Hydaelyn, it seems the task of keeping your champion alive has exhausted what strength you had left. Van Belzar, your enemy's shield is broken. The rest I leave to you.
We will speak later, Ascian. But first, I must deal with you. The question of who is mightier.
Bunny boy.
remains. Come, adventurer. Let us find the answer together.
Alright, here we go. Now it's time to babble like a baby, yep. Breathe on true power. Boy, the death beam. Top off the arrow there. Dot. Right here in the middle. Uh-oh. Don't know how that hit me from way over here, but okay. Road. Out of the way. Ooh, excuse me. Dead. Yeah, I leveled up. Woo. There he goes.
Heed me. The subjects of a weak ruler must
This part you can skip if you want, but just for you, Steak.
Independence comes at a cost to the realm. The misguided elevate the frail, and the frail lead the people astray. Unless a man of power wrests control, the cycle will never
never be broken. Shut up and die.
You of all people must see the truth in this. You who have the strength to rule.
Dun, 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 dee, dun. There you go. Just for you, Steak. And now accept the next job class. Okay, cool. Alright. Now we got that done. As you can see, when you do a roulette, it tells you you've already got your rewards. And then when you click on here, see reward unclaimed. But I want to do one with the poetics, so we'll do the high dungeon next. And it's an insta pop. We'll just jump right into it. No more cutscenes for you. You jumping down? Yeah. That's a dead end there, Brady. Other side. Sun sphere. A good one. Good bean. Get off the spikes. Ready, Mo. Kill the head, kill the head. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm out. Lost its head. Oh. There's nothing in here loot-wise I need. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the head. Ah. Wait, guys, to go too far. Got poison off of him. Oh, well, didn't get to attack it in time. Tastes good. Yeah. I don't need any of this stuff. All passable. I try to attack sometimes because time I get a spell off, they're already dead. Ow, bit my tongue. The temple mummy, oh no. Oh. Thing can't even get a spell off. Can't even get a spell. Can't even get one spell off to attack. I'll do that part, I'll do this part. Skipping the cutscene. It's banana. Alright, gotta watch these things. He got hit by the curse. Means now I have to keep him healed more because couldn't avoid it. Alright. Stay here in the middle. Ow, that's rude. And the end. I don't need any loot. Thank you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to this real quick. Both gone 2 hours, so that's pretty good.
The incident with the new... Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. What we do know is that the heretics speak of The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait?
Of course I will.
Hallone's blessings be upon you. Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise. But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
All right. Gotta go this way. Okay. Mount up. It's the Rainbow Unicorn. Woo. We go up. Another up. Pleased to know that the repairs to the stone vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Dravanians might battle themselves senseless against our shields in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you here. Nope. On the trail of a band of thieves, heretics, you say. By the Fury. But you do seem disdain to cross paths with those villains. I must confess, then, 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. It's not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this Iceheart wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fever. It is an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Perhaps you could care to question one of their current victims. As fate would have it, your arrival comes moments after a traitor was waylaid on the road. Patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some detail that could aid you in your task. Alrighty then. Alright. I think the infirmary is on the top. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I am quite recovered enough for that thing to help catch those cowardly black hearts. I was traveling my usual route to White Brim front when a sudden blow sent me reeling. Next thing I knew, I was on the ground and several heretics were firing through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. It was then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcloak." I dare say that is where they're loading my goods, but you'll not catch me roughing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived at all, and I'm not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. Okay. Alright, gang. We're at the 2-hour mark. I think that's a good place to stop. Yep, I think so. Good place to stop. I hate when I click over, the music stops, but I don't know why it does that. But it just does. For some stupid reason. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks for popping in. Steak and AJ for coming in. Anybody else that's here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow if you're over on Twitch. Yada, yada, yada. And I'll see you guys for the next stream. Have a great evening. Good night.